Hey everyone, we're back. We're in the new year. Mr. Andy Slow's back from vacation.
Yay.
Where'd you go?
Mexico.
No one cares. Mexico, San Miguel. Beautiful.
San Miguel, yes.
Well, let me get into the start of the video real quick. So we're going to be talking about weather in Albuquerque, and you can look up the data about exactly what the average temperatures are. But I want to talk about how that leads into the lifestyle living in Albuquerque, the different houses you can get with the indoor, outdoor.
Totally,
The
yes.
activities. You brought a book for us here today.
Yes, the lovely Barbara Frames gave this to me this year for Christmas. 100 things to do in Albuquerque before you die.
And what was our first comment?
I don't know we have time to do 100 things, but no.
We didn't know there was 100 things to
Oh,
do
that's
in
right, we didn't know.
And this is the third edition.
Yes, can you imagine?
We joke, there's plenty to do in Albuquerque, and a lot of it is associated around food, drinks, but I would assume outdoor activities, hiking, trails, Los Poblanos, Tamaya, you can go horseback riding, Sandia tram, skiing. You know, there's a lot of stuff that's related to the outdoors. And so in this video, I want to really talk about what the weather feels like during the different seasons and, like I said, how that leads into lifestyle. So,
And you can see back here, this is like an average winter
44
day.
degrees right now.
Full sun, so it doesn't feel like 44. and
There's
it's
snow
dry.
up on the mountains.
Yeah.
It snowed, what day was that? Saturday? Sunday?
I think Friday.
Tuesday. Okay, so
It's
today it's Tuesday. Last week, Thursday and Friday, it snowed. Kind of rained a little bit on and off Saturday, I think. And then, here we are, Tuesday. So if we do get snow in the winter, down in the valley, it'll be melted by 11 o'clock, 11 a.m., I should say, noon. Up near the mountains in high desert Sandia Heights, a little bit later, maybe late afternoon, or it'll stay another day.
right.
In fact, I was showing houses on Sunday up Four Hills, Sandia Heights, and then down into Primrose Point near North Albuquerque Acres. Still a little bit of snow on the ground.
Yeah.
So as you get up in the higher elevation, Albuquerque goes like this, down into the river valley. You'll get a little bit more snow and it'll stick it around a little bit longer, especially in the shaded areas. But makes for great skiing. You can go to the top of our mountain, ski, snowboard. Seems like a glorified sledding operation.
Yeah, sometimes we don't get enough snow to actually ski in Albuquerque, but we did, I guess, last year, the year before, that kind of unexpected dusting.
Well, the clients that were visiting from Nebraska this weekend, they went up to have dinner atop level 5 Sandia tram, and they saw people skiing up there on Saturday night.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, we must have got enough. But ski areas close by, Taos, Angel Fire, Santa Fe. Santa Fe is about an hour. Taos, Angel Fire are more like 2.5, 3. Pajarito, beautiful places, but again, leading into the outdoor activities. So point there, snow usually melts by the afternoon. You can see it on the mountains still, higher elevation, looks really pretty. But like I said, it's 49 degrees today. Not a lot of moisture in the winter.
Yeah, low humidity makes it feel a lot more comfortable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, you know, inside here, we keep it about 68 and it's already up to 75 in this front room because of all the light. Yeah. So we'll open up the door in the afternoon and it won't get down below 70 in here. But very mild, reasonable temperatures. So from here, winter, you had said something earlier about the length of winter here.
Oh, yeah. You know, you coming from Texas, you always think of winter all the way through February and even into March. And here you learn generally the winter is winding down about mid-February.
Yeah, and I think that seems to me it's shifting a little bit later. Like usually I feel like our winter starts November, December, and this year, you know, we were still in the 60s in December.
Yeah.
And so it felt like the seasons are shifting later. January is really when winter starts.
For the gardeners out there, if you ever look at the growing season, it's a little deceptive because they don't want you to plant until later than what you might do other places. But that's only because of the desert climate. You get those nippy freezes for just a minute or two, right at 3, 4, 5 a.m.
A random
But you have such a beautiful, sunny, warm, clear, blue sky, you almost don't feel like it's winter anymore, but you just can't plant your seedlings.
So when to that point,
High desert, not just desert.
high desert, the
Oh,
elevation,
the elevation. Okay, yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah,
the elevation desert
yeah, I
feel.
get your point. Yeah, for
Sure. Yeah, but to your point of the desert feel, the deserts always have these crazy temperature swings,
Right.
and so we still have that where
Yeah,
it gets
yeah.
drops pretty low at night, but then it increases to 60s during the day.
Right.
So when typically then would be a good time to plant?
Well, if you're planting your tomato seedlings, the little small plants that are very sensitive, you probably wouldn't want to plant them before. Now, I plant them earlier because I'm very careful. I go out and cover them and everything. But if you're ordering online or something like that, they don't even want to ship them to you until sometime in April, actually.
Oh, really? Not even March, April?
Oh, yeah. You can't just, even though functioning outside, like, for example, now, even in the middle of winter, but you really feel like, oh, well, gosh, it's 72 out and sunny. And then boom, you get a 30 overnight.
Cold front comes in and
And not even a cold front, just
temperature variation.
Just, yeah.
Yeah, the desert point of it dropping. And,
Yeah, exactly.
One other thing about winter, because the moisture is often a little bit lower and it's crisp cold, it's not that bone-chilling cold. I feel like every time I go to the East Coast, it's like I feel it
the
in my
humidity.
bone. Right, we don't have that here.
Don't have it here.
But what we do have here is dry skin. And this time of year, chapstick, lotion on the hands, really necessary.
All year round, actually.
All year round, yeah, but especially in the winter, just because, like in the summer, we'll get to here in a little bit when we get monsoon. Sometimes we don't, sometimes we do. It helps with the humidity level, August, end of July, mid-July. So from winter, we head into what I call the windy season. That's usually around March.
Yeah.
We don't quite hit spring yet, to your point. Maybe that's in April, but it gets pretty windy. The average wind probably around 20 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And there are days when it definitely gets above that. We never have any tornadoes here because of the elevation changes, no earthquakes, natural disasters. For the most part, knock on wood.
And sometimes those dust storms come with the wind.
Right, dust storms, heavy winds, that's kind of our March. And then it sets the stage for just an incredible spring. Flowers are blooming in April and the weather's warming up, and real estate, that's our busy season. And that's when we love to present houses. The leaves are back down in the Rio Grande River Valley, and we're getting into the 70s and 80s. But we still have that drop of temperature at night as the days lengthen. It's just this beautiful spring combination where those peachy spring days are, spend them outside, showing houses, not much better.
And you hear the sound of the cottonwood leaves blowing, and it's pretty magical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Then we head into summer. I would say, how many days over 100 degrees do you think we get? 10?
People talk about that a lot, and being a transplant, it doesn't really even register for me, because given the dry climate, as long as you can catch a little shade, you're very comfortable outside.
Low humidity makes a huge difference.
Even if it's 102 out. I know that's pretty dramatic for here because we don't get a lot of 102s.
Yeah, I would say, I really do think it's probably about 10 days, maybe 15 above 100 degrees. Yeah. And if it is, it's not like 110, 115, like Phoenix, Tucson.
Of course, we have 1,000 feet less atmosphere, so the sun itself can be very destructive to surfaces.
Good point.
Even though you can be very comfortable in a shaded area in terms of temperature, you don't get that underwear sweat from the humidity. You just don't have that here.
Yeah.
And but the lack of atmosphere because of our elevation does make a difference. You'll see signs all burned up and car paint all messed up. And
in terms of home maintenance, that makes a difference, especially with like the Pueblo style architecture, territorial, where you have exterior wood.
Yes.
You have the vigas that protrude through the walls. You have porches and decks. That stuff, there's more maintenance because the sun is beating down it, especially on the southern end. The windows, the wood windows especially.
Yeah, they really take it hard.
They really take it hard, right?
Yeah.
And that temperature variation where the windows are expanding and contracting and the wood is moving, you know, that stuff is, as a homeowner, something to think about. That the maintenance may be a little bit more. Now, on the flip side, it's rare that you have termites create a ton of damage here because we just don't have that much moisture.
Right.
So these are the gives and takes. And, you know, I feel blessed that I have to paint some wood every couple of years. You know, I just think it's pretty minimal, but it is maintenance you should consider. So summer, it gets warm, low humidity, so it makes it reasonable. Just find a tree, especially down in the valley. It's just a beautiful time to be there with the tree coverage. And then we start heading into fall, which I think you ask any Burqueño, any New Mexican, it's arguably their favorite season of the year. Heading into Balloon Fiesta.
Oh yeah, in
Leaves
October.
are changing.
Oh yeah,
You get those
gorgeous.
cooler nights heading into Halloween. And like I said, the Balloon Fiesta, it's just crisp mornings, warm afternoons. And then, you know, the days are getting a little bit shorter. So you get these dramatic sunsets around 6:30.
Yeah, it's great. And of course, that goes back to my whole thing that the folks that fly into Albuquerque and they're heading to Santa Fe, they're just heading down 25. They never explore the river valley. It's magical there. It's like a completely different planet almost than Albuquerque, unless you get over into the foothills or high desert or something like that.
Well, that's what I was explaining to the folks moving here from Nebraska. Excuse me. You know, we looked all over Albuquerque, South Valley, North Valley, Fort Hill, Sandia Heights, North Albuquerque Acres. And to me, it's so crazy the variation in lifestyle that you can get just within one city. You know, the valley feels so much different than Sandia Heights, which feels totally different from Tanawan, which is a, you know, gated community golf course next to the Northeast Heights, which feels more suburban, 70s, 80s, you know, built homes. And then you go to the West Side Rio Rancho and it's suburbs.
Completely different there.
Then you go to like Nob Hill Country Club area and you have sort of like in Nob Hill, it's almost like a small college town.
Right.
And then downtown, you can get a condo, like a high-rise loft that you would see in Denver or Boston with brick and this old Albuquerque high school building. So my point there is just you just can get so many different lifestyles in one city, and that's a diversity that.
And it doesn't feel sprawling to me. People talk about, the west side, the east side, like it's so far, but it doesn't feel sprawling.
Yeah, I was reading.
You can get up to Bernalillo and down and Corral, you know, just everywhere.
Where was that? I was reading something that said Albuquerque is like ranked 35th in terms of cities in the United States, the square miles, the size of it.
It's small.
But you can get anywhere really fast.
Yeah.
But you definitely do have this, you know, not misconception, but this idea that I will never cross the river.
Yeah, generally, yeah. I mean, if you are
stuck in the heights.
Exactly, yeah.
That's usually what it is.
But the people that don't really explore Albuquerque as a destination have no concept of that. They're just A to B. It's just airport to Santa Fe.
Yeah. Which is interesting.
Yeah, it's just it.
Well, in the Today Show, you were just showing me, you sent me a link to them saying that we were ranked or were recommended as a top place to go on vacation in Albuquerque.
Right, yeah, exactly.
And they talked about Route 66 and Balloon Fiesta and that sort of thing. But, you know, I do think there is a lifestyle that is really enjoyable here and underrated here.
Yeah.
And the people that do live here and end up moving here for retirement, or maybe they're forced here to move, like these people, not like they were forced to move here from Nebraska, but work related got them here. They, after a couple of years, go, I love this place.
Yes.
And it's not for everybody, but.
Yeah, part of living here is discovering it, because you almost have to really discover it on your own.
Dive into it. Yeah, like the feeling of Los Poblanos. It's like you have to just feel that and discover driving down Corrales Road, stopping in at one of the little shops, or having wine at 5 o'clock at Indigo Crow.
Oh yeah, it's just an experience. It's not any, you know, we talk about it a lot, we try to describe it, but it's an experience, and it's not because it's overly sophisticated. It's just special.
Yeah, it's very, sophisticated would be definitely the wrong word.
Yeah.
It's diverse. What is that? Not sophisticated.
I think it's almost trapped in time to a degree.
I see that.
Yeah, and-
Which can be a negative in terms of like some people's mentality is we don't want growth. We don't want new development. You know, there's
Trapped in time in the very best way.
Yeah,
It
I
has not been
appreciate it.
perverted or contaminated, or those are strong words, but you know what I mean, right?
Of course. Yeah.
You just have that authentic lifestyle.
Well, I sense some people feel that way about Austin.
Well, Austin has been perverted and contaminated. Exactly. Yeah.
I think that's the best example of a place that had that, you know, keep Austin weird feeling.
Yeah.
You know, it attracted people for that reason, and it's just grown so much.
Yeah.
It's lost that. You know, I think there's still an energy on 6th Street in Austin in general, but it's not.
It's different though. Yeah.
Right.
It's not the hippie hollow kind
Right.
of Austin.
Yeah. So I think the point of this video was trying to give you ideas of just how we live our day-to-day lives. You know, maybe because we do have the temperature variation, maybe you keep a jacket in the car, but you know, layered clothing, especially like a balloon fiesta, you'll go to balloon fiesta, thick jacket to start, and then
you're
by the
peeled
time you're
down.
walking out of there at 7:38, you're like, I'm t-shirt now. It's warm, and so. Those variations are there. We do get a little bit of wind in the spring, but pretty much all year round, you can enjoy being outside. You can enjoy hiking, going along the acequias and the river, skiing.
Yes.
Whatever outdoor activity, mountain biking, going for long runs around Albuquerque Academy or in the foothills.
Oh, yeah.
It's all possible. Is it perfect? No. Do you get the temperature variation? Do you get some wind? Do you get some thunderstorms at the end of summer and monsoon? I think we may not have touched on that. But yeah, all things to think about and consider in terms of living in Albuquerque. And
And if you're directionally challenged, no matter where you are, you just look up and look at the mountain and you know exactly where you are.
east.
Yeah.
Yep. Sun helps too when it's setting,
Yes,
but
for sure.
you should know where the east side is. So if you have more questions about what it's really like to live in Albuquerque, if you're considering a move to Albuquerque and want to look at houses or just talk through the logistics of what it's like to do that, talk more about lifestyle, architecture, design, anything home related,
We are your guys
we'd love to talk to you.
and gals. We do have a gal that works here.
And no matter what, we
don't measure a client by their budget.
love it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for sticking with us into the new year. We look forward to making more of these videos for you, and adios.
Happy New Year.